Hi, update. I just spoke to Mr. Legault's office, the secretary. She did pass the information off, and right now they're watching my YouTube videos too. And to go, we cannot give out information to the public, names or anything. But the cabinet minister has been notified, and I should know something by Monday. Okay, but she goes, I have to tell you something. It is going to be very hard to get DNA testing because of privacy issues. I go, even though a felony was committed, you're going to have problems. You see, IVF industry is protected by loopholes. Loopholes that don't protect the patient. You see, once your embryos are extracted from you, and your eggs are extracted from you, your embryos are created. Your embryos should be protected with you, but it's not. Your embryos are like property, like when you have a cat, a dog, a bunny rabbit, a cow, anything. It's property. It's under a different law, but your property turns into a human being, then it's under a different law. But that law of ownership doesn't transfer over once it's stolen and a human being is created. You see, that's not right. See, you create embryos for you. You spend your money on you to create your family. Not to have a doctor make thousands of dollars on you. Not for a couple to use your embryos without your knowledge, without your consent. You're supposed to have rights on if you're going to donate your embryos, if you're going to destroy your embryos, or you're going to store your embryos until you decide whatever you're going to do with them. Let me tell you, that does not exist. You have zero rights to your property. They say you have rights, but you don't. Because you want to know why? Because your embryos are very valuable to an infertile couple that will pay thousands of dollars for your embryo. Embryos are being sold every single day behind your back without your knowledge. What are you going to do? Oh, they didn't defrost properly. Oh, they were destroyed. Oh, they were lost. Until someone finds out about what's going on, like me. I'm very hypervigilant. I see things all around me that normal people don't see. And that is just who I am. And I pick up on things. I talk to people all the time. I make friends with people. I have a lot of acquaintances. See, I don't have issues with making friends with anybody. And the people in the clinic, they became my friends. I seen them on a regular basis. They were good people. And they were disgusted with what was happening. You should be allowed to have a child. A full genetic sibling. And like, I'm like, what are you talking about? I am. I'm trying, you know? Everything fell into place. I questioned the doctor multiple times. See, people who are greedy and who want money over anything else, even though they stand a chance of getting caught, they're playing Russian roulette. And if you don't know what Russian roulette is, you empty a gun, you put one bullet in the chamber, and you swing the bullets around. and then you pop it. Pop, pop, pop. You don't know where the bullet is, and you keep on pulling the gun. Bam! Pass the gun. Bam! Pass the gun. Bam! Pass the gun. Until, boom! Someone finds out. See, this is what happened. When you play Russian roulette, you don't know when the bullet's going to come up. When you knew I was on to you, and I knew the truth, why didn't you stop? Because you think the law is filled with Swiss cheese and the chances of getting caught are slim to none? Even if I report it, will I get justice? You know? There's no law that protects embryos. I made a mistake. You know what? Your mistake is up. Now, I'm not allowing this to happen. You see, it's not. It will come to light. It will come. Justice is coming. And you know what? I met BJ on her break at Vendôme Metro. I was holding the 2 babies. Gary was behind me with the double Prego stroller. She knew what she did to me because I already served the clinic with a lawyer's letter. See, she looked at me and I seen fear. She got out of Dodge. Listen, there's a time and place for everything. And right now, I want justice. See, she's still working. And the 2 people that had morals actually got fired. You see, look what happened with Justin Trudeau. And when one of his cabinet ministers spoke up and reported the situation. You see, you're not supposed to talk about closed-door matters. What was her name? Rayborn. Yeah. You know, she spoke up about giving tax breaks to big companies and letting crimes go unpunished. Just give us another donation and you're just fine. You see, that got swept underneath the table until one person spoke up, the right people. And then it became a big deal and it became a scandal. You see, when are we going to stop putting things underneath the table? People are aware about what's going on. And most people are just being silent and saying, it's okay. It's not hurting anybody. I'm taking your baby, your embryo, and it's not going to hurt you because you have more. You can create more. It doesn't work that way. You are hurting families. You are hurting people. You see, just because they don't know about it doesn't mean you didn't hurt them. You see, when they find out, they are going to feel the pain. It's just a delayed reaction. When people find out that everything they worked for and tried to create, that they were being lied to and manipulated to, that they were being told that things weren't good and had to be destroyed. And what happens? What happens then when they find out the truth, that they were sold to another woman? Tell me. Just because it's a silent crime doesn't mean it doesn't have an impact on society. It does. These are human lives that are being created by another woman without another woman's consent. When does a woman have the right to say, I don't want this? I don't want this happening. You see, right now, I do believe, and this I can find out, because I used a sperm donor. I think he used the other man's semen and created embryos for that couple. Even though I chose my donor, I don't think the right donor was used for my son. Because you look at pictures when you choose your donor and features and everything. My son does look like that man that I met in the elevator. And it's been haunting me. And I did mention that to my lawyer. You know, all I need, because I did call up the company that I bought the semen from. And I asked, is it possible to have DNA testing? And they go, oh, we don't do that. I go, but what if you think that there's a wrong donor? You see, everything is hush-hush, especially in that industry. I do have to speak to a lawyer, and I do need to get a court order for my child and have a DNA testing done with the donor that I used for my son to see if it is the right donor. Because I don't even think that they used the semen sample that I provided. I think they used that couple's husband, and it's a genetic link to that man. See, my doctors probably thought, she will never know. How would she ever find out? All she wants is a baby, and I'm going to give her that baby. I got pregnant the first time. Boom! I found out on Mother's Day that I was pregnant for my son. He was born January 5th, 2018. And that woman was still trying while I was pregnant, defrosting my embryos. You know, piggybacking on my back. But when I went back to have my daughter, that's when things went boom. See, lies can't be kept up all the time. There's a saying, tell the truth, shame the devil. And you know what? The truth is coming out. It all depends on how you want it coming out. I have a right to know if the semen sample I provided was the donor. Because I think that he did other things. Shady practices do anything. She will never know. She will never find out. The truth is coming. And trust me, I will get to the bottom of everything. Investigate the clinic. Go through the practice. Find out where the genetic material came from. It's not hard. Did that woman do a retrieval? Did she have a donor? How did she obtain the embryos? It's not hard. If she doesn't have a donor, she didn't create her embryos, then how did she get them? Ask yourself. How? You know what? All it is going into the clinic and getting the files. Find out where. And contact the agencies where the signatures are. Who obtained what and where. The truth is coming, regardless on anything you want. The truth is coming. This is not going to be a dirty little secret. This secret is coming to daylight. Daylight is coming. And I will never stop. Never. And all these people that are involved, the health minister, wake up. The cabinet minister, wake up. Protect your fellow woman. Protect these children. Because this is being done without a home study, without a psychiatric evaluation. Why do they don't qualify for adoption? Ask yourself. And if you're putting these children at risk of physical harm, child abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, society is going to pay big time by having the jails filled up with criminals that were never taken care of. Children who are not taken care of end out going out on the street, creating crime and anarchy. Why? Because they were never loved. They were never taken care of. They were only a dollar sign getting money from the government. Not being fed, not being clothed, not knowing what it is to have a brand new pair of shoes on your feet, not knowing where your next meal is coming from. What kind of situation did you put my child in? Because I am going to find out. Are you going to allow people to abuse children that God didn't want them to have? You know what? We have protocols in place for a reason, to protect children. Look up Snowflake Foundation. Snowflake Foundation, the couple has to do an application. And they fill out questions and everything about the family. Do they match you? Is this the type of person that you would want to raise your child? And then you say yes or nay. And then they have a psychological evaluation, a home study, everything. And then the couple comes up with an agreement, parental rights separation. Everything was bypassed. Everything. So, if the police are not going to help you, and the government is not going to help you, Detective Lozon, Montreal Detective Division, you have a responsibility right now. You need to do something. Mr. Legault, you need to do something. Prevent child abuse. Prevent children growing up without no values, without nothing, because they were created for the wrong reason. They will end up in our jail system. Or worse, dead. Child abuse happens every single day. There's a lot of people that are not meant to be parents. And you know what? If it came out with a license, you cannot have a child until you go through a psychological evaluation or something, and laws be put in place, how many children would we save from going through hell of childhood sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse? Children need to be protected at all costs. And that goes over my rights, over their rights, everybody's rights. Children should come first. Children's happiness and well-being should take place. See, I'm a mother, and I'm a mother first. I will always provide for my children, always. See, my children are spoiled. I give to them before I give to me. My children have clothes with the price tag still on it. I'm buying them clothes all the time. I'm buying them shoes. That's what credit cards are for. I provide for them. I give them everything. See, My children know they're loved. My babies know I love them. And there's nothing that I would not do for them. I created them out of love. And my child was stolen without my knowledge, without my consent. BJ, you know what you did. And there's a nice warm place where you're going. My child. And DNA will prove me right. And this message is for the cabinet minister who got the message, the documents. A felony was committed. My money was stolen. Anything over $1,000 is grand theft larceny. My embryos were stolen. What are you going to do for me? How are you going to protect me? How are you going to protect other women? This issue needs to be brought up. And right now, everything is going to be transparent. I am going to be talking to reporters, everything. This needs to come out. And I will make it very public, very transparent. Children need to be protected at all costs. See, parental rights were never given. And now that the baby's here, you need to right the wrongs. These people are the underbelly of life. Commit crimes, think they can get away with it. You know, and right now, children need to come first. Their parents need to be aware that they exist. What are you going to do for the people who voted you into office? You know, are we going to be another Justin Trudeau with Rayburn? You know, she quit she got kicked out of his cabinet because she wasn't a team player. And, you know, because she believed in the truth. It's like people get punished for telling the truth. When is that going to stop in our society? When good people pay the price for bad. We let the bad get away with a lot. But what about the good people that don't break the laws, that follow the laws, that try to do everything by the books? What about them? Or don't you care? Or do criminals come first? Who comes first? The criminal that breaks every single law? Or the people that actually follow the law and don't break the laws, that do everything accordingly? Who comes first? Miss Cabinet Minister, ask yourself, you know, when you go to bed at night, do you care about the people who voted you in, who expects you to do your job, to protect us, put laws into place for us? Who are you protecting? Ask yourself. So I'm going to end this video, and I hope it goes viral, because right now I am in the algorithm. My videos are popping up. So you know what? It's getting out there. And like I say, every dog has their day. And things need to be shaken up. And I'm going to shake it up because I'm never stopping. So, to the people who are following me, I don't know if I'm out of Facebook jail yet, but I'm going to check later on today. I will be calling Detective Lozo and seeing, and I will post another video. So you know what? We all need to stand together. And I know a lot of people are staying silent and just waiting to see what comes up. And for those people, I do appreciate you. And like I said in my previous video, I am going to be reaching out to women's groups. I am going to be reaching out to gay and lesbians. Because you know what? They're using IVF clinics too. The LGBTQ and that, I will be reaching out to them too. Because they do use IVF clinics too. We all are at risk. And you know what? We deserve to be protected. Our property deserves to be protected. And you know what? When everybody stands together as one, we will make change. And right now, my word is getting out slowly. And you know what? It will come. And you know what? Right now, I'm relying on Gary to put out the videos and putting them up and everything. And, you know, reaching out to people. You know, he's slow at doing things, let me tell you. But once it's done, it's done. Your time is up. Make a choice that's going to be beneficial to society. Protect everybody. Not the few that break the law. Make laws that protect our children. The children that are being created by IVF. Protect them. Because there's no protection when they're a cell. So protect our property. That will be our future children. So hit the like button. Subscribe. I will keep you updated. All right. Stay tuned.